today I'm here with Angelo. He owns a very rare car. So Angelo, do you want to tell me a bit about it?
Yeah, it's the John Special. It was built in 1960 in Dandenong, funny enough. And there was a guy called Bill Law Milnes who owned the Renault and Peugeot dealership. And on Friday nights, his mechanics would build race cars for him. So Derek Smith and Richie Hillier. And this is number one of about 7 that they built. Yeah, this one started off with a Peugeot 4-cylinder, space frame, tube frame, like a traditional frame, had cooling going through the pipes, like a Cooper back in the day, Volkswagen gearbox and Peugeot front end. So whatever they had lying around, they'd use. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bill raced from 1960 to 1964. Would you know what categories he raced in?
Yeah, so he ran in sports car up to 1500cc. So yeah, so they raced it all based on engine capacity back then, and if it was a sports car having 2 seats or race car having 1 seat. Yeah.
And then the ownership went over to John, who raced it for a little bit there as well, a couple of years. Do you know what he raced?
Yeah. So John had an Allard, which is a really rare car in Australia, and it had a Y-block Ford. We think it's the only Y-block Ford powered Allard in the world. They only made 90. And he took that V8, 4.5 litre V8, and put it in this car. So he was pretty successful actually. He ran around at Winton, Tarrawinji, Hume Weir. It was a very quick car back then. Yeah.
And where have you raced it?
So I've done a fair bit of Winton, Sandown, Mount Tarrangower, Eddington Sprints, all that kind of stuff, mostly around Victoria.
And what would be your favourite track?
Sandown. Yeah, Sandown's my favourite track, only because you really get to get stuck into it and use 4th gear. The gearbox now, fingers crossed, is probably our last one. We broke 8 in the first 2 years. But yeah, at Winton we only run it in 3rd gear the whole track, never change it out of gear. It's got that much torque, it just comes out of the corners perfectly and just hits the limiter on front and rear straight. But at Sandown we get to hit 4th gear, so it's nearly just knocking on 200k an hour.
And you got the number 42 on it. Is there any significance behind it?
Yeah, that's the number it originally started with. I only had 3 photos to build the car off, and 42 was one of them. So you'll see also the 2 has got a funny script, and we copied that script to how it was back in the 60s.
That's really cool. And do you have any plans of racing this in a category of some sort?
No, I run regularity. It's my favourite class where you dial in your own times. And the good thing is it's a fairly big group, usually sometimes 30 to 40 cars in that class, all at varying speeds. So it is a Group M car. It's probably a little bit uncompetitive. You'd be up against Brabhams and stuff like that. But regularity, it suits it to a T.
It looks really cool, and the dash on it is really nice. Is it all original there?
No, that's all done by us. So yeah, we didn't have anything left to copy from that. So we just had a bit of engine turning done, and just run traditional old style VDO gauges. So yeah.
And like you said, the engine's been swapped a couple of times. Are you happy with what's in it?
Yeah, we've never done anything to it. 4 years, all we've done is adjust the points on it. Yeah, we did have some oil issues a couple of years ago, but we built a new baffled sump, and ever since then, the last 2 events, all we've done is check the tyres. So it's been really maintenance free.
And how's the aerodynamics going? Are they very good?
Yeah, well, as far as I can tell, yeah, I mean, it's very stable, that's for sure, even at high speed. So I'd say with the little cowl on the front, you can actually drive it at 100k an hour with a baseball cap on. There's no wind, you don't feel anything. And if it's raining, which it usually does at Sandown, it deflects all the water above your helmet. So yeah, I'd say aerodynamically, it's pretty good.
That's amazing, Angelo. And you've been racing this car since 2016 or driving it around.
Yep.
Have you really built like a love for it?
Yeah, no, it's really good. So my father-in-law and father helped me with it as well. So all 3 of us are involved, and now my sons and daughter come around to the events as well. So it's sort of a bit of a family car, and it's part of us now, I suppose.
And what about sort of under the body, like suspension and steering? Is that all custom now?
No, all standard back in the day. So all we did was upgrade the shockers to, as in same size, but yeah, just newer versions, because obviously the 60-year-old ones were pretty had it, but still got the original springs in it, original suspension all in it, original frame.
Cool, thank you, Angelo.
Thanks, Anton.
We see GTS entering the show. Adrian, just quickly, very nice job with the car since we last talked about it on my show.
Yeah, thank you.
But could you just quickly tell everyone why you're here today?
Yep, so today we're doing a car show fundraiser for Calvin Baker, who had an accident. So he's currently in the Alfred Hospital. So this is to help his family with recovery. Calvin's going to be off work for some time, so just supporting his family. Calvin's an absolute, probably one of the best blokes I know. Just one of those guys that just helps anybody at any time. So that's why we're here today, is to support Calvin and his family. And it's been a fantastic turnout, and we've raised a lot of money, so that's really good.
Thanks, Adrian.
Travis.
So did you do this originally, or did you buy it like this?
Built it with my father's car. Built it with my father's car. Gave him a lot of help to build it, so.
And the engine, is it?
Well, 186 Holden.
Or has it got some adjustments on it?
Not original on this car, but it's got all the HRX2 manifold on it. Mild cam in it. Nothing special. Just a bit of fun.
Have you ever taken it out to any other car shows and stuff like that?
Yeah, you get it out and about all the time. Just drive it around, a few shows here and there. Just for fun.
And is it quite reliable?
Yeah, never missed a beat.
Thanks for that.
No worries. Yeah, you get it out and about all the time. Just drive it.
Do you want to talk about your Mustang? Right. So what was your name?
My name's Al, and yes, a 65 Mustang, little 289, nothing pretty old stock, original. Had a paint job about 20 years ago before I come out from the States. Other than that, yeah, she's pretty much riggy-dig.
Any reliability troubles over the years?
Not as yet, but the gearbox is pretty much slipping like bugger, and it'll go in the shop for this winter time when it's not worth driving. To a little cam and intake manifold and all around. Gearbox, yeah, sort of go right over it. Fix a few bit of upholstery bits and pieces, like bugger, and it'll go in the shop for this winter time and yeah, go from there.
Cool. Thank you so much for that. And are these tyres on an original too?
No, they got put on 20 years ago when it come out from the States.
Nice. And as you can see, it's still left-hand drive, so that's pretty cool.
1978 Hop. Yeah, that's. I was just about 12 years old, so yeah. Holden HZGGS. Pretty much just original survivor car, you could call it. Whole V8 308, 4-speed manual. Yeah, original paint. Pretty much original interior. Everything's original way you see it, never been restored. Yeah, that's. I was just about 12 years old, so yeah. Nice car, fun to drive. Yeah.
And what about the engine? Is that all original as well?
Not original rain gear, but the same year motor. The 1978 motor in it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, all good. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. They can pretty much help you out with all of that. So as we head down here, got some more Holdens, and we'll just find some more people to talk to, I guess. Here's Tony Moore's car. We spoke to him on one of. This is Tony Moore's car. If you watch my podcast, Grassroots Racer, you will have seen this car, and you would have heard me talk to Tony Moore. This is an old Honda Civic. Very nice car. He is Adrian Stratford, the man who put this all on. This is his car. This is his proper rally car that he races right now. As you can see, all proper. It's got everything in it, from control switches, the gear shifts, all that. So what's your name?
Charlie.
So what's this car? What sort of?
It's a 1965 Plymouth Barracuda.
Is it all original, or have you
No,
modified it all?
I've actually modified it. So I've converted it to right-hand drive. It was left-hand drive. Converted to right-hand drive, so it's got AP6 firewall, all that sort of stuff in it, which is Valiant. And it's got coilover suspension front and rear, Trimic 5-speed manual, and obviously modified the engine a little bit. So it's a 318 bored out, straight crank, and taken me 2 years to build it.
So did you buy it from the States?
I bought it from the States in 2012.
This is really cool.
And then rebuilt it. So it's taken me 2 years. So it's been a good project.
Got another ballet. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the car?
It's a 1956 Chev Bel Air.
GTS over here as well.
It was imported into Australia over 40 years ago, converted to right-hand drive. It's got the big block 454 in it, 9-inch Ford diff.
Yeah, it looks amazing. You've done a really good job with this. So it's all original on the exterior, or
exterior-wise, except for the wheels, all the finishes all standard, original.
Yeah.
The motor and driveline are all later model.
Cool. This is, like I said, you've done an amazing job with this. I really like it. Couple questions about the car. So, could you tell the viewers what the car is?
The what?
What the car is?
It's a DA Dodge Tourer, 1929, and it's all original. Even the wooden spokes are original, wheels and everything. But it only went slow when I got it, so all the thing I've done is change the diff in it, so it keeps up with the other car. But 6-cylinder, yeah, bit of fun. It goes good, and this old motorbike's the same age.
Let's have a look at the motorbike here, guys, quickly. You've done a really good job keeping these all original, and they still alive and well.
Yeah, it's 93-year-old. That's 93-year-old, and that's my Super over there. That's 26-year-old.
Yeah.
You know about the Supers, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, the young blokes do. The old blokes don't. Yeah.
Yeah. These look, done really nice with these. Thank you for your time.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
Mate, would you like to tell us a little bit about your Fairlane?
It's a 71 ZD Fairlane. A code, so 351, T-bar, 9-inch diff, a lot of GD extras. Yeah, so love driving it around.
Yeah, and what modifications have you done to it, really?
Oh, it's got a lot of big GD fuel tank, more GD sort of interior. Motor's been done up, been painted. The wheels, of course. Have a look at the exhaust tips have been cut into the rear bumper. Bit of custom work there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very happy with it.
Well, thank you for your time.
No worries.
And
You have fun.
Yeah, thank you. Alright, well, I'll just tell the viewers what it is and a little bit about it.
So it's a 1960s Mercury Monterey convertible. Jamaican
So
yellow,
it's a,
390, just a 2-barrel on it, so it's all the standard.
XR.
There's not been too
209
much done to
XR8.
it, other than a set of wheels and
Here we are. We just had to
set of
had to
headers
grab
put
and
on
walk all over
it. Yeah, which is just a good old girl. Turn the
Oh,
key,
just tell
drive
the
wherever
viewers
I
that
want.
we had to
Drive it down the
go
island.
over there before. Now we're
You know,
here.
it'll behave
So
in, as long as you're doing over 20
very
k's
nice
an hour,
car.
behave on 40 plus degree days.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not too much else to tell about it. I think it came out in about 07 from California, bought from a firefighter. And then ironically, I'm a firefighter, and so yeah. So the guy I bought it off was over in Ballarat and just used it for ice creams and with his kids, and yeah, so it's just a nice nick, all original underneath. Only done 44,000. I bought it when it had done 30,000 miles. Yeah, all original, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for explaining about the car and thank you for your service.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Good job.
Go from there. So remember, guys, Motion Performance Exhaust Bendigo. If you do need custom exhaust, come down here. Darren and Adrian will look after you. Tell them that Ayrton sent you. But they've got a lot of cool cars and they've got doing really good with the fundraiser. I'll thank you all for tuning in and liking and commenting. But why are you here today?
Oh, see some nice cars, support a good charity,
Have you got a favourite car so far?
Charger out the front.
Yeah, does look very nice. Thank you for your time.
Monaro, 427, small block. Pretty much everything's modified, but I love it, so happy to talk about it.
Just for the viewers, what's your name?
Pardon?
What's your name?
Kevin?
Kevin. So, could you tell us just a little bit about the car you own? Guys, it's been an awesome turnout today. My phone's nearly flat, so I'll thank you all for tuning in and liking and commenting. But make sure you do check out Flip Mad Motorsport and Adrian Stratford Motorsport on Facebook.